Hey, what's up? My name is Alisson Rocha, and today I will make the internal efforts of this structure. First, we have to analyze the supports. We have this one and this one. This support is a fixed support. We have two parallel forces between them. Parallel forces between them. And this is a movable support. We have one force perpendicular to the surface. So let's calculate these forces. This force is 0. Why? Because in this structure we don't have any other force in the axis X. So this force will be 0. Alright, to calculate these two forces that we don't know the value, we have to make a summatory of forces and y. Summatory of forces and y equals 0. These three forces are down, so they will be negative. And these two forces will be positive. I will call it this force of VA and this force VB. VA, VB equals to 0. So let's make this the summatory of the numbers. Will be 2.43. More VB. Let's pass this number for the other side. And we have this equation. To find one of these forces, we have to make a summatory of forces in moment. So let's go. We have to choose one of these supports to make the summatory of forces or moments. Sorry. So we have to choose one of two these supports. We have two forces here and one force here. We always have to select the support that have the most of the forces. Here will be A. The moment is the force multiplied to the distance. Here, if the moment rotates in the clock side, the moment will be positive. If the moment rotates in the anti-clock side, the moment will be negative. Alright, this force will make a moment in the anti-clock side, so will be negative multiplied the force multiplied to the distance. And here this force will rotate in the clock side. The force multiplied to the distance. Here will be anti-clock side, so is negative VB multiplied to the distance. We have to make a summatory of distance of this support at the force, right? And now this force will be rotating clock side. equals to 0. Now let's make the summatory. Will be more equals to 0. Here equals to 0. Let's pass this number to the other side. Now we pass the 900, making a division. VB will be 1.35. Now let's replace in this equation. Will be equals to VA will be 1.8. We have the forces. I will transfer this structure for a line to facilitate our internal forces, right? Here we have one force here, under here. Sorry for the straight line. And this part will be one force, and here two. Here, oops. Here will be VA. VA is 1.08, and VB is 1.35. To make the internal efforts, we have to cut these forces. In the beginning of the structure, we make a one cut, like in the finish, we make one cut. In each force, we have to make two cuts in the begin and the finish. Here and here, here and here, here and here. I will call these cuts of letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So let's make the internal efforts. It's very easy, will be very simple. Normal forces. The normal forces will be 0 because we don't have any force in the axis x. we don't have forces in the x-axis, so will be 0. The shear forces. And let's put the letters here: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. In the shear forces, we have to analyze here. We have this force until the cut A. So, in the A to the B, we have one force, only one force. And this force will make a rotate for anti-clock side, because imagine that's the bar. This force is here, and we will rotate in anti-clock side, so we will be down. After the cut B is the cut C. In the cut C until the cut D, we only have these two forces. Here we have to make a summatory. These forces are negative because, like we see, this force makes a rotate in the anti-clock side, and this force make a rotate in clock side, making a force here, clock side. So will be 0, 4, 5, 4 up. This less this will be 0.5 0.54. Here is the point A, cut A to the F. Here we have three forces. If we make the summatory of the forces, this less this and less this, we will have a force making in the rotate anti-clock side, because these forces are most strength that this force. So will be 0.81. And here we can take the other side of the bar, like here, the cut 8 to the cut G. So we only have this force, because to the 8 until G we only have this force. We will make a rotate in the clock side, so will be positive. Now let's make the moment forces. Alright, To make the internal effort of the moment, we have to start of the cut A. So the moment in the cut A will be 0 because the force are too close of the cut. So the moment will be 0 here. And here we have a moment. Will be this force multiplied to the distance. And let's take the distance. The distance is 200 millimeters. Will be 0.54 multiplied to the distance. Will be 108. This number are here because the force will make a traction on the top of the bar. If the force were here, we'll make a traction on the bellow of the bar. So let's continue. Before, I will put the distance here to easily the count. Alright. Now we have to calculate the forces, the moment, and this cut. Here we have to analyze the forces and the moment that these forces will make. This force will make a moment of 0.54 multiplied to 700, and this force will be multiplied to the distance. The distance will be 500. $378 and 540. This account will be so like negative will be here. Is negative because the force will make a traction on the butt of the bar. And here, and this cut, we can take this side of the bar. Here, we will multiply this force to the distance. The distance will be 300. So let's go. Right. This force will make a moment and will traction the top of the bar, so it's positive. here is 162. Let's make it here is our internal efforts. Alright, this is our internal efforts. My name is Alisson Rocha and thanks for watching.